け翼
How's it going, everyone? This is nothingxs, and I'm here with Tsubasa to talk about the pre-anniversary banner featuring Rivaul and Rivaul Gozza. I always say better late than never, and I wanted to get this done even after the banner ended to ensure you all would know what you might have if you decided to pull at the time of these characters' release. Remember, if you want to talk more about Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, join us at the subreddit r/ctdt to talk more. With that said, let's dive right in. Rivaul, Absolute Trust, is a skill-type forward and attacking midfielder from Brazil who plays for Catalonia, a European club. He's a bit of an oddball, mostly resembling the Dream Collection version of Kojiro Hyuga due to his passive skill, but not quite being there yet. Rivaul comes with a super solidarity for club players, giving 16% to all stats. This is the same passive given to the reworked Dreamfest version of Rivaul. His passive is Hotline Tsubasa. When Tsubasa sends him a pass, the next command he picks in a matchup, or his next shot outside of one, will be buffed by 15% in stats. This passive was introduced recently by the Dream Collection version of Kojiro Hyuga, and it's K-Lab's latest way of gating power in players by requiring specific in-match conditions. He comes equipped with Rivaul's first S dribble, Rivaul Turn, which is a 450 momentum dribble for 260 stamina. For his secondary skills, he has S Golden Hawk Shot, the same as his Dreamfest version, a 450 momentum, 415 stamina shot with 1 blowaway. He also has A New Golden Duo, which is a 1-2 with Tsubasa for 340 momentum and 366 stamina. Rivaul is meant to shoot with a whopping 9k in base shot stat paired with 6.9k power. He's rounded out by decent supporting stats featuring 7k dribble, 6.1k pass, 6.4k tackle. He's not particularly quick at 5.4k speed, however. For an offensive limit break that focuses on his ability to dribble, you may be best served going with 25 to each of speed, dribble, shot, and power. This is mostly if you wish to advance the ball with your S Rivaul turn to create room to pass the ball back to Tsubasa to set you up. If you want to have a defensive option included, consider splitting the speed and dribble up to also add tackle, making it 16 dribble, 16 tackle, and 18 speed to go with your 25 shot and power. This makes Super Speed Submarine Defense a viable defensive option, particularly if he is later introduced with an S version of it. With our first limit break, Rivaul is capable of reaching 13,958 shot and 11,192 dribble in match. With his passive active due to a pass from Tsubasa, he can reach a base shooting stat as high as 16,052, which would give his default shot, S Golden Hawk Shot, a total of 72.2k. S Skyhawk Shot, which is slightly better, would achieve a power of 73k flat, and also does not decay at distance. Note that this is Rivaul's only major weakness. A better shot, say like a 40-90 momentum shot, would see him climb to 78.6k. A 500 momentum shot would easily see him reach 80.2k. It's a matter of time before this Rivaul will become viable if that's the case for some club or potentially Greenland American teams in the future. The best options rely on whether you think any of his aerial skills are worth it. That does technically make him a 75k high baller, but there's no version of Tsubasa that can give him high ball save for the cash version. Still, as it's not the worst gamble anyone's ever taken, a viable option then is to supplement his S Rivaul turn with S Skyhawk Shot, S Combination Overhead Kick, A Super Speed Submarine Defense, and simply leave the A New Golden Duo. Rivaul has long been due for some good S skill support, so we really do hope he gets plenty soon. Rivaul is kind of a player without a purpose right now. Almost no version of his is particularly mandatory, with the Dreamfest version receiving a sort of revival with his hidden ability evolution. This version is designed in such a way that he might be much stronger in the future if he receives better S shots in the air and on the ground, but the very nature of his passive relegates him to the same role as Dream Collection Hyuga, which is to receive the ball and immediately shoot it towards goal. There are better characters you can play in that role. Rivaul Gozza, veteran player, is a toughness type defender from Italy who plays for Reggio, a European club. He He is a godsend for toughness type European teams who have been waiting for a player like him for a long time. An able defender who can actually use a blocking skill decently and who can also intercept and who's actually the same type as them, freeing up space for super solidarity splashes everywhere, like 2018 Mueller. Gozza doesn't need many hidden abilities where he's going. He's got 3 and they're simple. The first is a flat 1% to all non-Japanese players as a stat buff. The other is a stat handicap resistance, offering a 3% reduction to all debuffs against non-Japanese players. Finally, he has a special skill block that disables an opponent's dribble 70% of the time in a matchup, meaning that he doesn't really have to rely on tackling to defend against an attacker. Gozza comes with a 15% buff for all non-Japanese players as a team skill, which is particularly potent in its incredible flexibility, particularly since there's already the potential for 45% to all non-Japanese players floating around. His passive skill is Full Body Stand, which grants him up to 25% to his skill momentum depending on how much stamina he has. He comes with S Dynamic Intercept as his main skill, a 440 intercept with a 355 stamina cost. His other skills are S High Power Block, an old standby 450 block with a 445 stamina cost, A Dynamic Tackle, a 315 tackle for 325 stamina, and A Strong Pass, a 250 pass for 150 stamina. Gozza's noteworthy stats are on defense, with 6.8k tackle, 7k block, and basically 8k intercept, the latter two of which are helped by 6.2k power and 6.5k technique. He also sneakily has 6.5k pass, which makes him not the absolute worst passer at the defensive slot, but he'd definitely need a better S-pass in the future to take real advantage of it. The best defensive limit break for him likely focuses on blocking and interception, so 25 each to block, intercept, power, and technique should be more than enough here to help you get the most out of your skills. There is, as always, an argument for some speed to make sure he's not a plodding slow defender, so a 25 speed, block, and power with 21 intercept and 4 technique as an alternative build is viable if needed. Once limit broken for blocking and interception, and considering the 1% buff he gives himself, his pass will reach up to 10.3k with his block pushing 11,779 and intercept all the way at 12,859. The advantage here then becomes access to Full Body Stand, allowing him some seriously powerful skills. His S Dynamic Intercept reaches 70.7k in total force at a first attempt, with his high power block coming in right behind at 66.2k. S Dynamic Tackle won't be too strong on him, but it is respectable at 51.7k. The only thing you need to change is to add S Dynamic Tackle at the bottom. His default skill loadout is fine, including the A Tackle, as you will most likely use either his S or A Tackle only in situations where a tackle is mostly appropriate. Every other situation can be diffused with a proper interception or block, and you don't have many skill options when it comes to Giuliano Gozza yet. One of the missing pieces for toughness type European teams to be able to really flex, playing this Gozza frees up a solidarity spot to allow those burning Europeans to slot in a better goalkeeper, or to consider potentially running 51% buffs on their team if they can find them, depending on how they choose to splash their units. Because if they choose to really go full red and stick with Club Mueller as their goalkeeper, that would make them really strong, although they would need to forego like Dream Collection calls for the privilege. In fact, it is very possible that this Gozza will likely be the reason why a toughness type European team could see a resurgence in strength in the future. There's also the matter of his incredibly flexible team skill, allowing for curious different builds, so you can be sure you'll see this player in a bunch of different places in the future. Anyways, thank you all for checking this video out. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you would like to check out further content from Tsubasa, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Again, if you guys want to support the best Captain Tsubasa subreddit, make sure to check the new one out at reddit.com/r/ctdt. Thanks again for your time, and I hope to see you all soon, and sorry this took so long.